right, y'all, we here post-Oscars. The Oscars went down 1 year after the
slap,
infamous slap. Will Smith slapped the hell out of Chris Rock.
Keep your wife
name.
I keep my wife's name out your mouth.
That's right. But we'll get better, right?
So well, though.
Huh?
He took that slap so well.
He took it like a champ.
Yeah.
Grace, dignity, and restraint, and I ain't got none of that.
Yeah. Sucker.
That his mama taught him.
Y'all were proud of Chris Rock,
white
but
folks.
y'all would have been ashamed of me.
2023 though, Oscars, what we got?
So we had Jimmy Kimmel hosting. I just thought it was kind of uneventful to me. A lot of them jokes, man, I didn't get. There was some jokes where the white folks were just hollering. And I said, I know how white people feel at my show. Because I ain't know what the hell he was talking about.
I think they were laughing just to encourage him to be like, yeah, we got our peoples up here, yeah.
No, they've been playing them back on like the news and stuff, talking about this was a great joke. The joke about Pauly Shore. He said this joke was great.
Like I didn't see what was so great about the Encino Man joke and talking about you got 2 Encino Man nominees because Encino Man was a movie that Brandon Fraser and Pauly Shore did years ago and it was kind of corny and stuff, but they were both not. But I that one didn't like to me overly laugh at, but
man, they say that was some funny shit in the world.
So what was Pauly Shore nominated for?
Pauly Shore ain't never been nominated.
He wasn't one of the nominated.
No, it was the other guy that was in the Man.
Yeah, I seen Brendan Fraser.
What's his name? Shore that owned the comedy house in Hollywood. That was his mother.
Right.
So Dinah Shaw, that was Mrs. Shaw, was his mother. Dinah Shaw is his aunt. Is she still alive?
Dinah Shore? No, I think Dinah Shore died maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Her name Dinosaur?
Dinah?
She was that old now?
But I mean, it just shows you, man, particularly, and it's evident, like in comedy.
Yeah, she died some years ago.
Some of the references Jimmy Kimmel was using, and I like to think I'm halfway up on what's happening.
Right,
he took it back a little bit to the 80s a little bit, 80s and 90s. That's why I think everybody was kind of cool with it.
He mentioned Chris being slapped a couple times. 2 or 3 times. I thought it was funny. I thought it was extra safe, but
when he was talking about if anybody want to rush the stage, I got a couple people in the crowd.
Yeah, he started naming off
like, I got Spider-Man.
I got the Mandalorian. I got Creed up here. So I got
that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
I thought it was funny, but given the situation, as a comedian, it was a whole lot of jokes he left on the table about that.
Oh yeah, he had to.
Right there would have been.
He had to.
Just pertinent, but I understand. He played it safe or whatever. For a while, though, the Oscars, I thought it was the Oscars from China.
Had a lot
all of the Oriental. You can't call them.
I don't think they call Oriental. I think only the rugs is called Oriental. So as long as you ain't wiping your feet on one of them. As long as you ain't wiping your feet on
what you call Oriental people now, Richard?
Asian descendant.
Asians. They were taking everything for that movie, everything all at once, everywhere, all over the world, whatever the hell it was.
They said it was like the Asians is the new black.
A lot of them movies, man, that got Oscars, I never heard of.
I never heard of them, but I definitely.
Wakanda, of course, I knew, huh?
Yeah, I never heard of some of them, but the one that won, I'd heard of that one. I was like,
everything all over, all at one time, or whatever.
Yeah.
But they've been pushing that for a while, though. They was on CNN.
But it was good.
But I'm going to say consistently, the movies that win Oscars usually ain't movies that I go to see.
That's true.
They usually just not
and
my genre.
I get ballots and everything because I'm in, and so I get ballots and everything to vote. I be like, I ain't never heard of that. They send me CDs all the movies. I be like, I ain't never heard of this. I ain't never heard of him. I ain't never heard of this.
What I'm trying to understand is like, if the movie does not gross a certain amount, is always considered a flop, far as like them not making sequels. But how are they nominated for Oscars if they don't pull in the money? But there's some that don't be blockbusters, but they still find a way to have actors and actresses to win Best Picture or win Best Support.
Well, you know, they be like campaigning, man. Ahead of time, like, you know, I'm a member of the union.
Mm-hmm.
I get these announcements, these things saying vote for this movie, vote for that movie. And then they have a copy of the CD
Right.
in the advertisement.
Oh.
And it be movie I ain't never even heard of.
So they send you things because they want you to watch it.
And vote for him.
Yeah, they want me to vote. They want you to vote for them.
My thing is, some movies is just gonna be for other demographics. Like in America, it's a gang of old white ladies. If I look at a movie cover and I see more than one old white lady on the cover, I'm not even gonna watch the movie. I ain't got nothing against old white ladies. It's just they like
all them 5 white ladies going to the Super Bowl.
You're not gonna watch 80 for Brady, man?
Huh?
You want to go watch 80 for Brady? Yeah, 80 for Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Brady movie. I haven't seen it.
That look like it'd be fun.
But it looks like it's fun.
Yeah, I would wait till it's on TV or on one of my little streaming apps.
80 for Brady look like it'd be good.
Oh man, you want to go
I ain't
see
seen the commercial for it, but if it's 8 for Brady, probably not. I ain't know. You the one probably.
But just to be informed, I mean that movie, it looked like
it looked like it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it look like
it's on my bucket list to
5
see.
loose old white ladies.
Yeah.
So it's a comedy movie though.
Yeah, it's coming.
Right, but when it comes to a drama, so if it's on the cover and it's got 5 old white ladies crying, that ain't for me.
So Still Magnolias will never
I
get your
wouldn't watch
attention.
that.
Not again. I seen it before, but I'm not gonna watch the new version of it. No, so you gonna see some whole new white lady crying. One of them got cancer. No, I understand.
You going to see Black Tinkerbell?
You know, I'm a hardcore person. I don't really do all them emotional movies. Like
Black Mermaid? Are they emotional? I don't even
somebody
got to
be getting shot or
The Little
blown up.
Mermaid.
It got to be like a crime drama. It
You
gotta
all
be,
about action.
You know, it got to be a little more action for me.
Okay.
Now they can fall in love after somebody get killed, but I don't want to just have them fall in love up front and then don't nobody die behind it.
All right. So do y'all think DC, and know the other part of the Oscars of what you was talking about, that Angela Bassett, do you feel like that she was kind of robbed, or you kind of have to consider?
Angela Bassett I've been in love with Angela Bassett for 30 years. Yes, she was robbed. I don't even know what she did.
You know she didn't eat the cake.
I second that. I third that.
Why did she get? I'm just saying, like, look, I'm a huge Angela Bassett fan also.
Yeah.
But like Weightball said, Angela Bassett we know is a very, very talented actress, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But when you look at what Jamie Lee Curtis is kind of known for her to kind of do this role, you kind of gotta like, you know what? That was a nice little. She did a good job. She showed that she had a little bit more than being a screen queen or not. She did a good job, man. Like, and she had to wear a fat suit. Like, she did a good job. Like, you just can't.
First place, you talking about what she wore. That's not her. You know, they got separate categories for the Oscars for people that dress people.
But
so you gonna give her credit for wearing?
But no, she played like a real
yeah.
crazy lady. Like this lady was extra crazy.
Yeah.
You almost couldn't tell it was her.
Yeah.
Until you kind of got into the movie a little bit. You be like, that is the lady from
Jamie Lee
whatever.
Curtis.
But the lady was kind of wild and out there for her character.
Now, if you're gonna say Angela Bassett from Waiting to Exhale or some of the other movies against that, then you gotta give it to Angela. But if you're gonna go Angela Bassett in Wakanda Forever versus Jamie Lee Curtis, man, you kind of gotta.
And what's the name of the movie Jamie Lee Curtis was in?
Everything. I get
one with all
everything all the time. Everywhere,
Yeah, that's what she was in.
Yeah, she was in that.
He didn't even. She
Okay,
acted
see,
so
I don't
well.
know because I didn't watch that movie.
Yeah, she acted so well. Like he said,
A lot of the movies that were getting awards,
you would have to watch it, and then you don't even like. Hey, wait,
there
Paul
was
said
nothing
you don't
that
know
would
it's her.
compel me to go see them.
Somebody had to recommend for me to watch it.
Right.
And then they recommended for me to watch it after I already fell asleep on the first 10 minutes of it.
Right.
And I was like, that movie started too slow. They was like, I know.
Right.
But you just got to get past the first 10, 15 minutes and the movie get real good.
Man,
and they wasn't lying. The movie did
them
pick
fight
up
scenes and
where you
stuff.
was like, okay, it's going down.
So I get people back to going to the movies because I don't think since COVID, I don't think I've been to no movie that I can remember.
There was a lot of people who went to see Creed, though. Seemed like I heard a lot of the people
Creed
I
was
know, they were like, I'm going to
Creed
see
was-
Creed.
I
They
heard
took their
Creed
kids
was
to go
good.
see
Listen,
Creed.
Creed was very good.
Creed was good.
The first movie I went back to was the new Batman after COVID, which was a waste. Now, I don't know why that was, but Creed is very good. The third Creed is very good. Ant-Man and Wasp. I went to see that. And if you guys never been to the iPix Theater in Midtown, you gotta go. That is the best movie atmosphere.
I don't
period.
be going down
I've been there
Midtown.
before.
He don't go
I
nowhere.
just ain't been to the movies like
Midtown
that.
and get in the dark with no.
Man, it's built into the W and stuff. You gotta check it out.
Hang out
I
in
haven't been.
Midtown.
I don't really do the movies like that.
All right.
Since that guy did that
No
shoot,
offense.
what his name, the Joker guy?
Do you?
A couple of years ago. After that, I just
DC
like,
don't hang
I
out in
gotta
Midtown.
pray.
Man,
Particularly at night.
well, I didn't go at night. I went during the day. I went tonight. I went to see it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Good.
Just look up iPix Theater.
Follow the rainbow.
Oh, no. That's why
But
I
I ain't
ain't
mad,
been
man.
down there.
I ain't mad at nobody, man. Y'all see what a brother in or man in Texas is suing his ex-wife's girlfriends for aiding and abetting her to get an abortion. Mm-hmm. So now they got that law in Texas now.
The death penalty trying to propose.
Anti-abortion law, and his ex-wife got an abortion apparently, and he's suing his ex-wife's girlfriends, 3 of them. One took her, they got the pill.
Uh-huh.
So he's suing all of them. And from what I can see, according to the law and the new law, he got a very strong case.
Got a good
How can
case.
you prove somebody took a morning after pill?
I don't think that's even debatable. She did take it.
But it's a
And
more.
he's suing them for aiding and abetting.
But you can't guarantee that baby was gonna be conceived. That's like a whole lot to say. The morning after she took a pill. If she'd have just drank a bottle of Hennessy the morning after, she'd have killed that baby the same way.
I know that's not true.
Nah.
You wouldn't
The
be
whole
here.
bottle.
and-
The whole
So like, they call you for
A lot of
that.
other black
Baby
folk
might
wouldn't
have,
be
They
here.
don't drink the whole
baby might
bottle.
have
They
a
the whole
problem, but
bottle.
that baby gonna be born.
I know that ain't true.
Baby has Down syndrome with that baby gonna be born.
But it'll still be born.
Yeah,
huh?
it'll still be
be
born.
half
Baby still
sluggish.
gonna be born.
Just had 7 fingers or something.
But he's saying that
Or
if she wouldn't have listened
extra
to her
finger.
friends, then she would not have done it. So
Right.
that's his point.
And he has a valid point on that. Listening to your friends and fear.
I don't know. I mean, I think that new Texas law is a bunch of jive because you can't. Let's say you in Texas, and the woman decides she want to have an abortion, and she gets somebody to drive her to somewhere where it is legal, outside of Texas. Now you telling me she's prosecutable?
Because you're supposed to have somebody to.
It's like going to
drive you
California
home.
and
Get an
smoke
Uber
weed.
driver.
You're supposed to have somebody to drive you home after the procedure. So you don't know if that lady was telling her don't do it the whole time. Even if she was, that was that lady's decision. So
I
I'm
think law
interested in
messed
seeing what's
up, but
gonna happen.
it's gonna be interesting to.
Yeah. I'm interested in seeing
It's gonna
what's
be
gonna
interesting
happen.
to see how it turns out.
How did he find out about it?
Huh?
How did he find out about it?
That's a good question.
Because I wouldn't want my wife to tell me, if you're going to do it, go do it. Don't tell me, though.
But sometimes women, they run
that'll
their
get me
mouth.
very
You
upset.
know, dumb as some of these women are, she probably asked him to pay for the pill. I don't know, man.
She done swiped it on his card that he gave her, and it.
Or he probably knew she
It
was
clearly
pregnant,
say
and
plan
then
B.
she decided she didn't want to have it. You know, you just
I don't know.
know.
We'll see what happens in that case.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Now, I got a very interesting case, and I know I'm skating on thin ice. I really don't want to say this. I said it's too soon. Like a lot of stuff I say, they be like, DC is too soon. But it's like I can't hold my peace, man.
Go forward.
Oh, yeah.
Forward, wave
Go
off.
forward. Go forward.
Let me just ask y'all a question. If a woman want to have liposuction and she's going to go to Mexico to save money on the procedure, I told you, it might be too soon.
I'm with you. Go ahead. Let's do it.
And she gonna take 4 people. She going over there to get it done, to save some money, right? She gonna take 4 people with her. 3 guys and a girl.
Right.
What 3 guys you know going with a girl to Mexico while she have a quote unquote tummy tuck? Now, maybe the girl's boyfriend or man would go. That's one guy.
Right.
What the other two doing? Maybe her girlfriend would go, who was going but got to the border and they wouldn't let her in because the documentation was.
Yep.
But if one of the boys, one of the guys, was the girlfriend's guy, and she couldn't go,
he would stay behind.
He would stay with her.
Yeah.
Now I'm just saying. Now
I know what you're saying.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Stop using that.
I'm telling you, you ain't going to Mexico to get no tummy and taking 4 people with you, and you going over there to save them. Now, they may have had that down as an agenda of whatever, for whatever reason. I'm not saying what happened to them was right. The cartel in Mexico is very sophisticated.
Right.
I believe. I mean, I hate to say this, man.
I know where you're going with it.
I believe they went over there. They were not. It was mistaken identity. Obviously, they were not the
intended target.
They were not the intended. They were not the enemies of the cartel.
Right.
But I do believe that there was some correspondence there. The cartel intercepted the correspondence.
Right.
And zeroed in on them.
Yeah.
I mean, it still ain't right.
You're saying they were somewhere in the ballpark. What you're saying and is that is a little bit more to it than a BBL because, like you said, the cartel, out of all the tourists that come to Mexico or things like that, for them to zero in and take such extreme measures of that group, I mean, extreme measures in such a short time, you're right. Because, like you said, men just don't travel with a girl from South Carolina, like you leaving South Carolina.
Let's go Mexico.
To go to Mexico. That's a heck of a drive.
Let's go Mexico so we all with JJ for support while she get a tummy tuck.
Exactly. And then if we bring one of your girls.
But I don't even really want y'all going with me. I want my girls because that's kind of like my thing.
And you wouldn't want 4 of your girl, I don't think.
Right.
Because you're defeating the purpose because you're going to save $2,000 or $3,000.
Exactly. And now all y'all
you're going to be over there for a few days. Right. They got to be, look, man.
Unless the money was so tight, she needed four gas contributors, which I still don't see why 4 guys.
They got to stay somewhere for 3 days.
Yeah,
they got to eat.
Well, I try to look at it from. Well, I'm gonna be honest, DC. I'm with you because when I first heard it, hanging in the streets, my mind went there. I was like, oh, no, they went for something else.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because I thought I was being a little.
No, I mean, I did. My first thought was, because of what I used to do, my first thought was, hey, man, that's something went wrong. And then I said, well, people were like, no, Jay, just hear it out. I'm like, okay, well,
just for them to take such extreme measures.
It wasn't going over there just no tough.
But didn't the cartel serve the people up that kidnapped them or whatever? Didn't the cartel turn them in?
Yeah, sent 5 guys in.
They said. But for 2 hours when people over there, they traced the phones. They were going away from the doctor's office. And then the phones went out for 2 hours. I mean...
Because they were saying they lost signal.
So they had a rendezvous point somewhere. They had a rendezvous point somewhere.
But what I'm saying is,
cartel intercepted the communication. It's just my theory, man.
Right.
I listen.
And they swooped down on.
I just think that, and if I'm wrong, then hey, I'm wrong. But I mean, I've been out there, and
it's okay to say that the BBL could have been a cloak. Could have been.
Don't add up, JJ.
Right. Because one, if you're saying you're going for BBL. A lot of people hear the word Mexico, and we know now Mexico ain't the most sophisticated country, but in most parts, if you got a cell phone and you're traveling, them parts of the city, it shouldn't go out, is what I'm saying. And so they must have went way off course. And I don't
know about that now. Mexico ain't the highest tech.
There was also in a place where they said,
hell,
don't go.
Where I live in the country, it's certain places in my house, my phone won't work.
I get it, but when you go overseas or something like that, like I know whenever I travel, I go and let them like, hey, look, I'm going out of such and such, and they'll change it over for you. Like anytime if you go to Amsterdam, Mexico, if you tell them you're going there, they'll change it for you. Like, and they'll change it over so it can adapt.
Oh, I ain't buying that the phone just went out thing.
Okay.
But,
Okay, cool. We on the same
That's
page.
basically what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, we on the same
For
page.
2 hours, they were going away from the doctor's office.
Right.
And all communication.
And nobody thought to turn around like, hey, man, this don't look. I get it. I'm with you.
It is definitely something else going on, too, because one of the guys who got shot, his wife said she didn't even know that he left the country or let alone left home.
See.
Yeah.
So they were on
and
a
they just took
joyride
such an aggressive stand, pro.
And I hate to say it because, but it's so ridiculous to me. Dear, I would be, I mean, to say that I totally believe this story would. It's just
I got a sister. I don't even know if I ride with my sister to go do it. I mean, I'm like, man, call your friends.
Let's call the doctor. Did you really have a doctor? See, like I was telling one person, I said, well, all you got to do is who was the doctor that you were supposed to see. That'll kind of eliminate some of our thought patterns. Like, well, if you really did have a doctor's appointment, then you guys are just not wise.
All that can be set up.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
If you're going over there and you got any kind of, you can, you know, say call and set up an appointment.
Do more than one thing.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
but
that's
you never
true.
make it to the doctor.
So did she even have any of the little marks around her tummy like the doctor had drew
No, they
that
never-
stuff
they
on
never-
her?
She never made it there.
They
They
never
never
made
even
it.
made it to
Made
the
it, made it
doctor.
there.
So that was the story. They were on
swooped
their
down
way.
on them. They shot up the van. It looked like a SWAT team. The cartel. They swooped down on them. They shot up the van.
So it wasn't like they was
grabbed
trying to kidnap and take no organs or nothing.
Well, they said they
Back
thought they
on
were
that
Haitians.
truck.
They thought they were Haitians. That's another thing.
I believe there was some correspondence between them and the Haitians. I mean, I'm theorizing, man.
Yeah.
And they swooped down on them and.
Yeah.
But if
The rest is history. I'm sorry the two that passed away. Passed away. But,
No, they killed 2 out of the 4.
They killed 2 out of the 4.
And did they ever get the bodies of the 2 back?
Yeah.
Was it organs in them?
They did.
Oh, I don't know. I've heard about them organs. I don't know.
They said they did the
2 was
autopsy, so
killed, 1 was
I'm
shot.
assuming if they were gone, they would have said
One
something.
was
Guy
shot.
was shot. The girl was not.
So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Which is weird because the girl that was getting the BBL,
She wasn't shot.
she wasn't shot. They didn't do nothing to her. So, well, like, was she really the point of contact? Like, maybe
But
the
God
police
bless
didn't
them.
touch her.
God bless the family. I hope the story that they're telling is true, but I don't believe it. We'll be back.